How you going, guys? Steve here from Australian 4x4 Adventures, and I've got a really bright light and I haven't put stuff in water in a long time. Whoops. Have a look at that. I love a good waterproof torch. Oh, it's on turbo now. Oh, that's bright. It's actually warming up the bowl. Oh, that's bright as. And the functions still work underwater. Oh, epilepsy! It's been far too long since I've sunk something in water. Okay, so we obviously found out if it's waterproof or not, so let's get into the rest of the lights. So I've got 4 lights here that Olight have actually sent me. I haven't paid for them. They emailed me asking if I'd like to review some lights, because obviously that's part of my channel. I do camping, fishing, shooting, everything there. I actually don't YouTube too much about the fishing and shooting part. Maybe I should. If you think I should, maybe drop it down in the comment down below. See if you want some extra content there. But generally it's full drive camping related from there. So they sent me 4 lights here, and I already actually owned 2 of their lights. Not doing a review on these 2, but I'm going to briefly touch on what they are and what I think of them, because I've owned these ones for a long time. I use them a lot, and I've got more of an opinion about them than what I do about these ones so far. Right, so the 4 lights that I have are going to be their new head torch. So this is the, oh, what's it called again? So this is the new Array 2S. So there's technically 3 LEDs in this one. So playing with this one and working it out, it's a little bit tricky. And I'm not sure it's completely there, to be honest with you. So just on, there is a button on top. So see, press it once. It's got what they call the motion. Oh, it's a motion sensor for it. So if you go down, it dims it, keeps dimming it until it gets to a slower setting. Then you can go up to make it brighter, brighter. I think that's there. If you go left to right, it turns on the other lights as well. Yeah, and then you can go. So it's a little bit weird, but it still works overall. So you can have both lights on, both can dim from there. What annoyed me about this function was the fact that it only worked, as in you can only get that to work, well, I could only figure out how that got to work by doing the motions in front of it. Holding buttons in and doing all, like you can dim it by holding the button for a second, it goes to the next setting, and then goes back down again. But I couldn't figure out how to get one to turn off, one to turn on without doing some sort of motion in front of it. Like you have to do the hand motion to make it work. Don't get me wrong, it's still, there you go, now it's doing stuff. I don't know, you have to be very specific about which way you're doing stuff. It's very weird. So I think off, you still have to press the button to turn it off. I couldn't figure out a way to turn it off with a motion. It doesn't turn on with any motions in front of it, so once it's off, it is off. It's a USB-C charger on the back there with a little LED display for battery level as well, which is quite handy. I quite like that for just knowing where you're at. So if that's not plugged in, you turn the light on, it gives you the LED display on the back there, so you can go, oh cool, fully charged, I'm going for my bushwalk, going for my bush dunny. Whatever you're doing, it's sort of, at least it's always there. USB-C cables are becoming more and more popular. Obviously nearly every Android phone has a USB-C cable. If you're with Apple, well, sucks to be you. I'm with Apple, by the way. So USB-C is pretty good. It also charges super fast in that regard as well. Lumens and stuff, because I know a couple of you guys are going to be super technical on this. I'm not going to go into heaps of detail about all of that lumen side of it, because honestly I'm not that on top of it myself. There's tons of information on their website. Go check it out. I'll put a link in the description down below. Runtime and lumen. So on its highest setting, I'm reading the cheat sheet here by the way, on its highest setting is 1000 lumens, and you're going to get around about 4 hours out of it on its highest setting, which is actually 4 hours on its highest setting is actually really impressive. I would have thought maybe 2, so 4 is super good actually. Next one down is going to be down on, where are we? Medium. So that'll give you 500 lumens, and that's going to give you 5 hours worth of use, which is surprisingly not that much extra from 100%. And then down on its low setting, it's 100 lumens, you get 13 and a half hours out of the entire thing, which is an ample amount of time. And I think most of the time, this is going to be set on low to medium at the most. Up on high is bright. Like, we'll go through that side of it later. Hang around towards the end of the video, we'll try and do basically a light comparison for each one. So I'll just sort of, it'll be dark, turn on, you get to see what it's about from that side of it there. Other than that though, as a headlight, I'm looking forward to using this one. I love a good head torch. Straps are always a bit weird and awkward, but this one obviously, it adjusts nice. It's a nice soft sort of felt on there, so it feels good in your head. It does tilt up and down a fair bit as well, so you can have it. So if I, sorry, go that way, make it brighter. This is the drama. When it's on your head, you don't know what it's doing. Right? Do you know? Are you even working? Oh, because it's pointing down. Alright, so go brighter. I reckon. This is like some weirdo, aren't I? Anyway, so I don't even know what setting it's on because it's too bright in here to see it. But it does work. I don't think that technology is perfect just yet, but I need to use it a bit more to be 100% sold on it or against it. I'm 50-50 at this stage, whether I like the shoe fly, but overall, seems like a pretty good light. Right, the other ones I have, so I'm going to leave this one to last because that's probably the best one. Little orb light, so this is the Obulb, I think they're called. Olight Obulb. So essentially it's just a little bloody orb light, and as you press it, it turns on. So these are meant for like little night lights and sort of, you can put them in a tent, you can put them around your camp, put them in your camper, put them outside your caravan, whatever sort of camping you're doing. It's a nice little night light that you can have on. As you press it, it can change colours. So you got red, green, blue, pink. This is the oscillating one, so it'll just sort of go through all of the colours. And that's just the same thing, just a little bit faster. And then just flashing red and off again. So if you're just having it, say in your camper trailer or something like that, it is magnetic as well. I've got underneath. So say you got something metal, so you got your frame of your camper or whatever, or your tent, gonna be nice there. And that button still works when it's magnetized as well. So cool features about this one. I love the charging port. Seriously, anything magnetic for charging just does it for me. So this is the charging cable here, just normal USB 2 for there, but essentially, click, no plugging in anything else. It's just a literally self-magnetic, self-centering, self-everything about it. Little red LED when it's charging, then when it's fully charged it turns green, so you know where it's at for there. So from a charging point of view, that makes me very happy. You can have this plugged into your drawers in the back of your car, your camper, your caravan, wherever you want it. Don't have to be fumbling around in the middle of the night. Say you've had a big night and you're like, oh, I should probably turn this off and I've got to charge it for tomorrow. And done. It's seriously, I'm thinking of every aspect here because you know that's me at 4 AM in the morning crawling into a swag. Yeah, we've all been there. So in its brightest white setting, apparently there's a bright light and a dim white light, but I can't seem to get into the dim bright light. So I can't find a dim white. I'm dim, I know, but I don't think it was that dim. So all I can find is the bright white for there. So I can't figure that side of it out. Maybe that's in the app, which I'll talk about in a second. So at the bright white light, you're going to get 2.5 hours out of it, like this, which, yeah, that's alright. By the time it gets dark, you get a couple of hours out of it, that's pretty good. Any of the coloured settings, you're going to get 17 hours out of it, which is pretty damn impressive. I like that part. In the dim white, which I can't seem to find, apparently I'm meant to get 87 hours out of it. So maybe it's just that dim I can't see it. It all looks the same to me. So, I can't figure that part out. There is meant to be an app, so I downloaded the Olight app on my phone, and then you're meant to be able to pair these together, which is when it's in the, according to the instructions, when it's in the white setting, hold it down for 5 seconds or more. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's meant to start flashing red. On your phone, add new device. So it says, how to operate. Please refer to the user manual for more details. Step 1, turn on the Obulb Pro with the white light setting, which it was on the white light setting. Press and hold the button for 5 seconds until it flashes red and then green to enter the network settings. It's now flashing green. Okay, it says searching, and nothing happens. So it says notice no available devices found. I've been playing with this for about half an hour, and for the life of me, I cannot get this to pair whatsoever. I don't want to have to go back to Olight and say, hey, what's the secret of this? The user should be able to figure this out themselves. I like to think I'm a relatively cluey guy when it comes to this sort of thing. I've had a fair bit of technology. I know most of the things about torches and lights and all the rest of it, but I can't get that to pair with that no matter what I do. So clearly there's either something wrong, or the instructions are just really that bad. I don't know, but that's a little frustrating it doesn't work. But I think honestly, for the most part, I'm going to stick this in the roof of the camper, and it's just going to be a little night light that sort of works for me. I think that'll be perfectly fine. So I'm happy with that, especially with that charger. I love that charger so much. Right, that one done. So in the box with the orb as well, which I thought was a nice little touch, you get little googly eyes that you can attach to it just for a little bit of fun. And then underneath it, if you pull the box all the way out, it's like a little emblem. So I think this is like, I don't know if this is like a little collector's thing or something. Essentially it's just a little Olight illumination, Olight illuminate your world emblem. Little double-sided tape on the back of it, and you can stick that to your dash, car, wherever you want to put it. Just a nice little collector's thing that they throw in with that particular light. So that's a nice touch, I like that. I'm going to get to this later. You also, down in the description down below, there's a little link to their website. If you buy anything during a sale that's coming up, which I think is from the, when is it, the 12th through to the 16th of December, every purchase you get a little pen light to go with it. So this is just a little AAA battery inside, attaches to your keys, which I think is really cool. I've actually had one of these for a while on my keys. This is just a newer version of it. As you twist it, gives you a little extra, well, not extra light, just a little torch that's permanently on your keys there, which is actually really cool. It's actually super bright. It's pretty bright in here, and you can see that's still lighting up the room. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I reckon that's brighter than the one I've currently got from there. This one is a AAA battery, so it does mean that you will have to just replace the batteries eventually. The other one that I've got is a rechargeable battery and mini USB, micro USB, rechargeable. So I'm probably going to stick with the old one, to be honest with you. But as a little freebie within the sale, that'd be cool. That's a cool little feature. Okay, the medium boy, because these are the big boys. So this is the Olight Seeker 3 Pro. Has to be Pro apparently. Seriously, technology with these things has come a long way, even compared to what these ones are. Like the tech on this is pretty damn cool. So I'll give you a close up of this as we're going. You press this once and it's going to give you the LED battery display on the side. So we've got 4 LEDs on the side there, which basically gives you battery level. From there you press, I think you hold it for a second. Oh, which one is it? There we go. So you got to activate it. I forget these things. It's so, yeah. Anyway, so once you press it, Oh, now it's all working for me. Once it's been off for a while, you have to press it, and then you turn the dial, and these extra ones light up on the side here, which basically unlocks it, and then you can turn it on and off. You can just twist the dial as the what do you call it? The level of light that comes out of it. Oh, that's warm in my hand. So that's up full blast. Press the button, turns it off. When you turn it back on again, it only comes back on to 75%. It won't go onto full blast like that. You double tap it, it'll go to full. So there's a couple of different ways you can sort of work it from there. So if I turn it off, back on again, turn it all the way down to just its lowest setting. It's good for walking around camp, all that sort of stuff. It's pretty cool. Say you need light instantaneously, double tap, goes to full blast. Plenty of light there for everything. I think it's, you give it one press, it turns off. Say it was back on, double press and it goes back down to 75%. The wheel function for me is really cool because sometimes you don't want to have to go, oh which setting was it? Oh, how's it? Which one? Oh, geez, I'm doing all sorts of things with it. So sometimes the wheel function is actually really good. So you can just sort of spin it around. It feels really nice in your hand, and you can dial in exactly sort of what light that you want out of it. It will go all the way up to that 100%, and that's hot on my hand. Like that's putting out a lot of heat. So I quite like that one for there. Some of the stats on that. So on turbo, so basically flat chat, you're only going to get 2.5 minutes out of it, which is quick. Like you're going to burn through that light pretty damn quick from there. That is also 4200 lumens when it's on turbo as well. Down from there on high, you're going to go down to 1200 lumens, and you're going to get around about 135 minutes out of that. Down from there, at say medium, 300 lumens, you're down to up to 10 hours and 40 minutes, all the way up to 15 days on its lowest setting. There we are. So if I turn that right the way down, on its lowest setting, from a full charge, I reckon I'll get 15 days out of it off that one battery. Pretty damn impressive. Battery in these things are a 5000 milliamp, 21700 rechargeable lithium battery. So if you know much about batteries, that's a good battery. I like it. It's good. Also, in addition, when you buy this, obviously safety features and stuff. So if you give it a triple tap, it's going to give you an epileptic fit, but it will act as a bit of a beacon just in case for emergency situations as well. In addition to there, in the case, you get a little carry case with this one as well. So this can go that way probably, lens side up. Got the clothes, put that on your belt. It automatically comes with the carry case in the packaging as well. It's not an optional extra, it's just part of the actual gig, which I think is quite nice. I don't like how there's a little buckle there that comes down onto the lens. Look at that. And it doesn't really fit, it won't fit lens side down, but lens side up, there's a little like drain hole or something on top there, and that's sort of almost touching the lens. I actually don't like that, because that's a point of where it could scratch and... Good torch, case is a bit average. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. That's going to cover most of your lighting needs for everything around camp and everything else that you're going to need. So we're going to go through that later. Same thing for charging. Little magnetic port there, so as soon as you basically hold it near it, click, on it goes, and she is happy as for charging. These bad boys, I'm not going to go into heaps of detail, but I just want to show you what they are anyway. So this is my big hunting light. I actually can't remember what the code is on this one, but I'll put it there. I'll put a link to it down in the description down below. So this one, obviously you can have on low, medium, high, and then they start to go up from there. So this one has a very tight sort of light from there. It comes with scope mounts and everything else mounted onto a gun. It is fantastic for what I do when I go shooting, because this is super lightweight. It's got the same connections on the back of it where you basically just turn it on and it starts charging. It means that we can be driving around in the car, have this plugged into the cigarette light. As soon as I put it down beside me, it pretty much self-attaches and it starts charging again straight away, which I think is an absolute magnificent idea for that. That's the charger I use it there, and it obviously comes with a carry case as well. And guess what? This one doesn't have a little buckle on top that can touch your lens. So that is that light. Highly rate this light. My other one is going to be the Warrior X Turbo one, a little bit smaller, packs a hell of a punch though as well. So this one's actually got little tactical ones on the back. Same thing, nice and bright. It's only really got the two settings, so you got low and then high, but the high is bright. I like it. These ones come with different lenses on the face, so you can say you're doing stuff at night time and you don't want things to see you coming. You've got different colours for different animals, so that way they don't necessarily get startled by the light itself. In this Warrior tactical kit, it does come with the extra bits on the back from there, and then you can turn this on and off from a toggle switch based on what you're doing with it down track. So you can have this mounted on the top of a rifle. This can be back down your trigger, and you can be turning it on and off with your thumb or trigger finger, however you want to mount it. So that's a cool little feature that this one comes with. It also has, this particular one also has the barrel mount, so that will fit over, nice and easy, quick and easy for there. A couple of different situations for that one. Not quite as powerful as this one, but really good one. So this is the little pencil beam one, so the keychain light. So if I turn this one on, you sort of see there, that lights up pretty damn good. For a little tiny pencil beam light, that lights up a lot of stuff. You can see obviously my filtered light there, the camper trailer build's going on in the background. If you haven't seen the camper trailer build, check it out on YouTube, there's a fair bit going on. It's actually a whole lot closer to being finished here than what the series is actually up to at the moment, so you get a bit of a sneak peek. But that's actually really good for such a tiny torch. Right, the head torch. So forgive me if this takes a while because it's awkward to set up. So that's the lowest setting that it goes on. So if I go up on each setting, this is what I mean about it's not 100%. There you go. It finally goes up. That's just one of the LEDs on. I think that's the highest setting it goes on there. Then if I add the outside one, yep, that's both LEDs on now. For a head torch, that's bloody bright. I can't look at it from the front. So if I go down, there we go. I think it's the lowest setting it goes on there. And so it just sort of lights everything up around the room for what we're doing. Keep in mind that the end of that shed wall is 10 metres away, so it's a fair old distance. Alright, now for the big boy. Alright, so on its lowest setting, you see that's actually probably slightly less than what the other one was, the head torch. And I'll just start to slowly wind her up. That's about 50%-ish, there-ish. Keep going. Yeah, so if that's on turbo there. So you can see, whoa. There's like daylight in here again. Yeah, and that's back to about 50%, just there. Turbo, it is super bright. So that's all the lights there. Haven't had them long enough to know exactly what they're like long term, and I can't really give it an opinion on that regards because I've only had these lights for a week. I am a massive fan of Olight in general because I think they're a good light. I've owned plenty of Olights over my time, and I'll own more because they're probably one of the best on the market. So it's not a heap bad I can say about it, to be honest. I'm not really trying to find bad stuff. As I said, pencil light, kind of sucky they don't have the USB rechargeable in it anymore. And the case for this, with that little dot on top there, I think it just gets a little bit too close to the lens for my liking, so I don't think I want to be using that overall. Maybe Olight will take that as a little bit of feedback and they'll adjust that. In the same note, I reckon I can probably put a little bit of felt or something over the top of that just to stop it from rubbing overall. But I'm pretty finicky about how my lights go and what I do with them, so some people might not care, but I do. So it's not something I'm going to do. I'm not sure if there's an affiliate link or if there's a discount code. If there is, I'll chuck it down in the link, in the link down below, in the description down below. Go check it out. Hopefully it gives you guys a bit of a discount. I think the sale's on from today, the 12th, through to the 16th of December 2022. So go check it out. As I said, if you're buying in between that time, you get the free pen light, which is actually a kind of cool light. I like it to an extent. That's pretty much all I've got to say. So, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week.